Now it's time to review the movie for the week. It's going to be Power Rangers. We both saw this. I think we have fairly different opinions about it. Trevor, I'm going to let you go first. What did you think of Power Rangers?
All right, I thought it was great. I really liked this movie. I wasn't expecting as much as I got. I went in thinking I'd enjoy it, even if it was terrible. I thought it could be so bad that I don't care because it's Power Rangers. I don't expect a lot from it. But I went in and I really enjoyed this movie. Which is weird, especially because at first I was very thrown off because I think like one of the first jokes I thought was pretty bad. It was the worst part of the movie for me was at the very beginning, was very early on, but then from there it did improve. There's still some faults here and there, but it's very cheesy. It's very fun. It's very reminiscent of the old Power Rangers. It has homages to everything that happened in there with bringing new information, new character development, and new character focus. And I think it focused a lot on characters, which I really liked. I actually came away really enjoying all of these characters and caring about them a lot.
Okay. Looking back on it, I think I was probably expecting too much from this movie. When I saw the trailers and I saw how good they looked. It looked way better than the Power Rangers of my youth. It looked better than the Power Ranger movie of the 90s. And for a second there, I got to thinking, wow, a Power Rangers movie that could be really good. And I forgot that I am not the target demo for these movies. No, Power Rangers movies are made for tweens and teens on the younger end, 13, 14. That's really, at the end of the day, that is their bread and butter. That's who they're going for. So while there might be a couple things in there for me, the movie is not for me. I noticed that when some of the character development stuff you're talking about rubbed me the wrong way just because of how over the top some of it was in terms of just the subject matter and the...
It was angsty teenagers, and that's the thing. It's angsty teenagers. They're teenagers with attitude, and I think the point is they don't have to.
I was waiting for that line, by the way.
They said it. Yeah.
Did they say it?
Yeah, they did.
Alpha 5, bring me teenagers with attitude.
No, he didn't say it like that, but they were talking about them as like these teenagers have attitude. I think is what they said, or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, it was. I agree with you. I think they are very angsty and does deal with teen drama. Yeah. And I'd say as well, that's just not so much for you. But I especially the one that you pointed out to me with Trini's character, that was the most at home striking. I had a similar feeling.
Okay, and see, parts of that I loved. I love that they were attacking more mature subject matter. Yeah. I love that they were looking at it, first off, that they were making an LGBTQ character right there in the Power Rangers, helping again to make this feel, one, more real, and kind of normalizing this, taking it out of the shadows of, this doesn't need to be like a thing that only gets talked about on the super artsy stuff. This is a mainstream issue and a mainstream thing, and it's cool to have mainstream characters that are going through this kind of stuff.
And teenagers, which is when you need to you're figuring this stuff out, and that's, I think, the point was, they don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Other actors in the movie that I also thought did a fairly good job. I really liked Bryan Cranston as Zordon.
Bryan Cranston was fun.
And I thought Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa.
She's kind of creepy at times.
Way more. And this is where...
kids when I was in theaters were freaking out.
Yeah, I took my little daughter to see this, last week's host, Cassie. And she loved the movie. And I had to explain to her how much better it was than the Power Ranger movie that I got as a kid. And don't get me wrong, I love Power Rangers back in the day with fighting Ivan Ooze and Zed and all those guys.
So good.
It's so good. But this one was significantly better.
Yeah. Far and away, but it's just, I know personally it's just, I really got it with, especially because I saw this with my dad.
Okay.
And as a child, that's what we did sort of. I don't really remember it too much, but I remember being told mostly this is, we'd wait for him to come home from work and we'd all watch Power Rangers. And he's 60 now, and he loved this movie.
Nice.
He had so much fun watching it. We both would turn to each other when certain things would happen and be like, "That thing, it happened," and he had fun. And it's interesting seeing, especially he enjoyed those dramatic parts, and that's really weird to think about someone in their 60s enjoying those child things. And
I think they're done though. I mean, he's got kind of a populist appeal when it comes to movies a little bit.
Yeah, he did. But at the same time,
I think they played well to
the
that
Trini
group.
thing, I would not have expected him to react as well as he did.
I think that's becoming way more mainstream. I think people are starting to understand what that is. They're starting to get it. And I think we're starting to see a lot more people when characters go through that on the screen. They're like, No, I get that because everybody's felt like an
He
outsider.
took
at some
it also
point.
in a different way, though, where he's like, well, they sort of implied, but you could not necessarily
Oh, he liked
think.
that part.
He liked the willful ignorance that you could have watching it. He said he
She could
enjoyed.
have been talking about anything. I don't know what she was talking about.
Yeah, he's like, I enjoyed the fact that you could be willfully ignorant about it. I mean, he didn't say those
I gotta
things, but
say,
it's funny.
if he liked that, he should go see Beauty and the Beast because
Oh,
all
LeFou?
the much ado about
Oof.
LeFou wasn't really there.
I didn't think so.
You got to go look for it, and he would like that it wasn't there. So
Yeah.
So my parents enjoyed that it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and he wasn't in your face about it. That was fine.
That's why, I mean, that's one of the reasons that didn't get me to want to go see that movie more, because it was like, LeFou? That character is the gay character?
If you think about it,
It makes somewhat sense, but at the same time, he's the goof. He's like the
Yeah.
character you laugh at.
that's true.
That's not the character I want to be like the first
Representing
gay
the LGBT
Disney
community,
character. Is the joke of the butt of a lot of jokes.
There you go. That's a good point. So, it's if anything though, it's. I mean, the gay best friend was the doorway for a lot of gays in
TV.
cinema and TV. Maybe that's how it gets into Disney too. Is
Very slowly.
the funny gay best friend? It's just 20 years behind.
Yeah.
So,